everyone, I'm Jessica Carter, and I'm actually here with Khadijah Jones. She's from Laurel, Mississippi. She's returning sophomore on the Lady Bobcats basketball team this year. Okay, Khadijah, so Coach Summerall, she's back. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I feel great, very comfortable because, I know her. I know Coach Summerall, so I feel great with her being back. I know what she expects, and I know how to work with her, so I love it.
That's really good to feel comfortable. How do you feel about the team this year? Are you bonding well? I mean, how's it feel right now, preseason, with all these girls, some of them that you know from last year probably, and the new girls?
Well, it was like, with everybody coming in, it was like a smooth transition. Like, everybody just blended right on in. So wasn't really no changes. So it was like they was already here. So they fitted right in, and I love them.
That's good. Okay, so you're returning sophomore. What did you do different this year preparing for this season rather than last year? I know you started a couple games last season as a freshman. So, what did you do different preparing?
Well, I definitely went harder, hard as I could go. But, I know what to expect this year. As a freshman, you don't know what to expect. You just know. But now as a sophomore, I know what to expect. And you got to make sure you don't let the same mistakes happen last year, that you let the mistakes that happened last year, you don't let them happen again because, you already been through it. So,
Right, and that's what makes a great athlete, right? So who would you say is like your biggest rivalry, like coming into, I don't know your schedule very well, but who would you say, when you see them coming up, you're like pumped up, you're ready to go?
Oh, definitely Pearl River.
Pearl River. I had to feel like it was Pearl River.
Pearl River. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you're going to be ready to go that game?
Every game, but definitely Pearl River.
Well, I tell you, Khadijah Jones is so much fun to watch on the court. So if you can catch her at a game, she's going to have Jones on the back of her jersey, and she's 34. She'll definitely be out there, kicking some Pearl River. What is their mascot? Bobcats. Wildcats. So watch for her this next season coming up. She's going to be great. Thank you, everyone. I'm Jessica Carter here with Khadijah Jones, sophomore on the Lady Bobcats basketball team. Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Carter. I'm actually here with Coach Summerall, and she's the head coach for the Jones Bobcats basketball team. So I have a few questions for you, Ms. Summerall. Coach Summerall, so how does it feel to be head coach? How does it feel to be back here on Jones campus directing these girls and hopefully a great season?
Well, these are the girls that I had last year. My freshmen, they were all freshmen, and now they're sophomores. And then all of the freshmen I had recruited. So, I already know these girls real well, and they're all special girls. And I'm excited of what they can possibly accomplish this year.
That's good. And how do you feel about the girls as far as like bonding and how you see them in practices and everything?
Oh, they're such a close group, and you don't always get that, and they work well together. One of the things about the sophomores that they learned last year was how to step up and be leaders and make sure that practices from the day one are going like they're supposed to with the intensity level, and that's occurred. These freshmen have stepped right in, and there hasn't been a lax there at all.
That's great. And how do you foresee the season this year, if you can? I know it's hard, but
well, we have a lot more depth this time than I feel like than we've had in the past, and we got a lot of athleticism, which of course has to be developed, into this league because it's a little bit different league. But I feel good about the season. I feel like we can be in the running, and we just going out to try to win it all.
That's great. And I know everyone here on the campus is so happy to have you as head coach this year. We're glad to see her going to be on the court again directing these girls to a great season this year. So if you can, come out and watch. We would like every game, but, catch as much as you can. These girls are great individuals, and I have a great feeling about this year. So thank you again. I'm Jessica Carter with Coach Summerall here, head coach of the Lady Bobcats basketball team. Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Carter, and I'm currently sitting here with Coach Latner, who is the head coach here at Jones for our men's basketball team. Coach Latner, I want to go ahead and say congratulations on all your success. It takes great players, but also takes a successful and great coach to lead them in that direction. So first off, I want to ask, what's differently about this team in previous years that you could probably foresee the season being very successful?
Well, Jesse, this is my second year at Jones. This is my 23rd year of coaching, so I've been doing it a long time, but I'm new here, and I'm certainly enjoy and love Jones and love our basketball program. We were very fortunate last year that we had a number of players returning from the prior year's team. This year we don't have that luxury. Actually, we don't have a single player that's ever started a college basketball game. We do have some very good players and some experience in other ways in terms of transfers and so forth. So it's going to be a little different than last year's team. Last year's team got off to a really fast start. I don't see this year's team starting as quickly with the season, just because it's going to take some time. All 5 of our starters last year were sophomores, had started before, and it's just as y'all probably would understand, it's a huge transition going from a high school to playing college basketball. So that's just going to take us a little time to get there.
Yeah, I'm sure. So on this team, do we see a lot of bonding, and is like the academics, are they there? Is everything pretty much falling into place with this team?
Well, first of all, being a team player for us is one of our non-negotiables. We have 3 things that are non-negotiable. That's certainly one of them. And it's very important to the success of any group, but in particular a basketball team, that they learn that the team comes first, that the individual has to be subservient to the team, and that's important, and we try to stress that every day. With that being said, I'm very pleased with our cohesiveness, because these are young men that have to live with each other and eat with each other, and they certainly spend an incredible amount of time with each other, with the coaches as well. So I'm very pleased as far as that aspect is concerned. To answer your question about academics, we don't recruit players that aren't serious about coming to Jones and getting a degree. 2 years ago, before we were able to implement our academic program with our basketball players, we didn't have a single player graduate. Last year, of our 8 players that were eligible to graduate, 6 graduated. The 2 that didn't, they were just a little bit so far behind that we just couldn't get them caught up. So we were pleased with the 6 out of 8 and 75% of our players graduating. And this year we're shooting for 100%, and we're on track to do that.
That's so outstanding that it's important to you as a coach to make sure that your players are receiving the academics that they need. Another question for you, though. I heard you talking earlier, you have out-of-state transfers this year, and I'm not just talking, like Louisiana, Alabama, but New York City. I mean, that's pretty far. We have, and I think unique probably for Mississippi and in a small town like Ellisville, but we have 3 players from Brooklyn, New York, or basically New York City. 2 of the young men were former Players of the Year in New York City. And so we're very pleased with it to be able to sign such high-level players. And oddly enough, one of the things that I would have thought, when they've gotten down here, it would be such an adjustment for them to our way of life and our culture. And, to the contrary, they love it. And they've really fit in well. And our community, which is typical of Mississippi, they've embraced them. And it's just been a really good thing. So real pleased with those guys, and very talented players too, by the way. So we're excited about their prospects. Well, what's not to love about Mississippi, right? That's right. No, but thank you, Coach Ladner, for everything. This interview is great, and please come out and support the men's basketball team this year. They have a great schedule. I can't wait to sit out here and cheer them on. Thank you again for this segment. I am Jessica Carter here with Coach Ladner, head coach of the men's basketball team here at Jones. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Carter. I'm actually here with Johnny Zupardo. And he is a sophomore here on the Jones Bobcat basketball team. And I have a few questions for you, Johnny. As a sophomore, you're returning this season. You are a transfer from the University of Southern Mississippi. I mean, how does it feel to be with a totally different group of guys, and how has that prepared you differently for the season?
It's actually, I really like it. I enjoy everybody on the team, and everybody on the team is actually very talented, so it's a pleasure working with them. And they are great players, and I actually plan to learn from them and, hopefully win something.
So would you consider yourself a leader here on this year's team?
Yes, ma'am. I try to be.
Okay, good. And, okay, so Coach Ladner is your coach this year, and he was actually your coach in high school. So how does it feel to be, reminiscing and then, get that coach right back in college?
It's great. I got a leg up on, what's going on the team, so I kind of know what he wants and what he expects. And Coach Ladner, he's a great coach, and in high school I loved playing with him. And he's taught me a lot, and he's actually taught me the game of basketball. And he's a very well-respected coach, and it's a pleasure playing for him all over again.
I'm sure it's great seeing him on the side again, coaching you. Okay, so have you done anything for yourself as a player differently, preparing versus your freshman year?
Yes, I have. I've been shooting a lot of shots every night. Been getting some extra running in with some of the teams. We live together as a team, and we try to take our training to another level because it ultimately reflects on how you play. So that's basically the most important thing when it comes to individuals and playing basketball.
Well, thank you very much for this interview, and I encourage everyone to come out and watch Johnny play this season. Like I said, he's been, up late shooting shots. He's going to be great this year, so you should, and you can't miss his last name on the back of his jersey. He's number 4, and I think as a, leader, the Bobcats are going to go really far this year, so can't wait to watch. I'm Jessica Carter here with Johnny as a sophomore. Thank you so much for joining us.